Hey, Shalom Akim. Kohaloyim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Habakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone of whom I grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatha. All right. So, I want to, make an apology. I have been very sick lately, and I haven't been able to do any any videos. And but I have some energy in me. Took some medicine, so I'm gonna try and get this lesson out, Lord willing. I pray this is edifying. So I was watching one of these videos from the Epic Economist, and some very interesting parallels hit my head, came into my mind as I was listening to it, and see if you can spot the comparisons. But I'm gonna get into it as we go through it, right? But the name of the video is what do they know? Insiders are dumping stocks at a pace never seen. All right, so let's do this.
Something really strange has been happening in U.S. financial markets over the past few weeks. CEOs and corporate insiders have been dumping stocks at a far faster rate than we have ever seen before. Do they know something the rest of us don't? If the stock market is booming, as the media keeps insisting, and this rally will go on forever like many investors want to believe, then why are these insiders selling their stocks as fast as they can before the year is over? Why some are still choosing to believe that stock prices will continue to soar into the stratosphere, those who are in the top tiers of the market are heading for the exits. Of course, if they can see that a brutal stock market crash is fast approaching, the perfect time to get out is now. After all, you can only make money in the stock market if you get out before the bubble bursts, and it seems like many of the richest people in the world have come to the realization that risks have become too big, especially with the emergence of a new virus variant that already has triggered a crash in some stocks. Perhaps this is the best time to initiate sell-off mode before the whole market irreversibly collapses. According to CNBC, some big names in the industry have been selling billions of dollars worth of stock over the past few weeks. At least $69 billion in stock have been recently dumped by CEOs and corporate insiders as lofty share prices seem to have reached their peak.
Okay. All right. So we're seeing the Walton family, 6.18 billion. We got Elon Musk, 10 billion. Jeff Bezos, 9.97 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, 4.47 billion. Larry Page, 1.55 billion. Sergey Brin, 1.52 billion. These are not small stocks, man. These are not small stocks. These jokers know something, and like what I was alluding to earlier was we have seen this before, right? We've seen this before. We've seen it happen during the stock market crash that led to the Great Depression, right? It led to the Great Depression. But what happened right before that stock market crash? You had the big insiders. You had the you had the Rockefellers. You had the Rockefeller family, the Warburg family, the Morgan family, and a couple other insiders. They silently exited the market. They silently exited the market, and it all came crashing down. So, you know, this is these are the times of the situations. These are the signs of the times that we're in, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me get a quick scripture. Bear with me. All right. So let's start off with Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots." Right? These are all. This is when America was in its prime, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But this place is still built upon these lies and robbery, and it still maintains those lies and that robbery, man. And when it deals with the noise of the whips and the rattling of the wheels and whatnot, it's still dealing with oppression. It's still dealing with oppression because the Israelites are still here underneath the oppression of this empire. This empire, right? You know, and then it says that the prey departeth not. There's nowhere for the poor, pretty much, which is synonymous with the Israelites. There's nowhere for us to go, man. Even if some of us was to be able to move to another country, it's still going to be the same. It's still going to be the same, because when this economy goes under, every other country that is linked to this economy of America is going to also go under. You see, so there's nowhere else to go, man. The prey departeth not. Let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 6 says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." What do you think is going to happen when these stocks fall and the market, the whole market just ends like that and it collapses? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have to be called on their debts and whatnot, and if I'm not mistaken, the average American citizen owes like $60,000. You know what I'm saying? And the number just keeps rising. If you look at the national debt clock, it just keeps rising and rising. So why would these guys be dumping all these stocks? You know what I'm saying? And they're just cashing in now, right? Because what's about to happen, man, it's about to be the big boom, man. It's about to be the big one. It's about to be the big one. You see what I'm saying? And the prophet's been out there saying this and warning, right? And people didn't want to listen. Oh, that'll never happen here. You know. Oh, that's conspiracy. Like, come on, man. Yeah, you damn right it's a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy theory, though. It's a conspiracy fact. It's a fact. They are conspiring to take down this economy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever puts two and two together. The moment the moment this C-19 came out, you know what I'm saying? The moment that happened, what was going on with all these CEOs? All these CEOs was stepping down from their, you know, from their titles. They were all retiring. They were all just stepping down, including Bill Gates. You see what I'm saying? Including Bill Gates. They all stepped down from acting CEOs because they know what's coming. All right. So let's continue.
Is the perfect window to collect profits before losing them. From Satya Nadella at Microsoft to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, CEOs, founders, and insiders have been cashing in their stock at the highest pace on record. As of Monday, sales by insiders are up 30% from 2020 to $69 billion and up 79% versus a 10-year average, and that's according to Insider Score Verity, CNBC reported. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, the richest men on the entire planet, each sold $10 billion in stock already. According to Ben Silverman, Director of Research at Insider Score Verity, the top four super sellers are Musk, Bezos, the Waldens, and Mark Zuckerberg.
All right. This is James. James chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men." Salakia. "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days." Right? It says riches profit not in the day of destruction, right? In the day of wrath. Nobody's riches is going to be able to save them, you know. But these individuals here, these individuals that you saw on the screen, they're a part of those elites. And they are the ones that's going to be holding up in those bunkers. They're going to be tucked away, safe and sound, you know. Well, I can't say sound. They're going to be scared out their minds when they see what's going down, man. Because they all going to have satellite imagery, right? They're going to be able to see the chariots. They're going to be able to see, you know, the destruction. They're going to see all the stuff going down, right? So they're going to be terrified. They're going to be terrified. And then when everything gets silent, after all the elect are beamed up and taken out of this place, and then this place is rained down. This place, America, is rained down with missiles. You know, they're gonna think that they can come out of that they're gonna be coming out of dust. You know what I'm saying, to create order, but no. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a big old knock on their own, you know, on their super steel doors, you know? And that's when they're gonna start being afraid, terribly afraid. Because we're gonna be able to knock those doors down and come and take them out. Verse 4. You know, because they're gonna be the first slaves. They're going to be the first slaves in the kingdom to come. Right? Verse 4. "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." Right? Ye have lived ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. See what I'm saying? The prey departeth not. Right? And that's why all this stuff that they got held up, they all got to give it back. They all got to give back. All that gold, all that silver, all that stuff is all going to be taken back. See what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Account for 37% of total stock sales so far. He said the increase in the dollar value of insider sales in 2021 can be attributed to multiple factors, with historically high stock valuations being the primary driver. He continued to say the presence of super sellers during the period has helped pump up sales total. These insiders know that stock valuations can't stay this high if production is slowing down, and soon the rest of the is gonna know that as well. They've just started to act before everyone else realized the actual risks they're in for. And the year isn't over yet. With each passing day, more and more big names are gonna sell billions more in stock. Interestingly, this sell-off has begun just as the U.S. economy has started to fall apart again. We are currently facing the worst supply chain crisis in history. Our store shelves are getting emptier while inflation is pushing the price of everything to sky highs. In fact,
and it's the thing, you know, they're all at the same time. They're all making these kind of moves, selling billions in stocks, all of them in unison. They've all got the memo from the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? From you know these illuminated these Illuminati or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call themselves. You know, but they've all got their briefings. You know, pretty much they've been given the word on the situation. They know what the elites are about to do. They're about to pull the plug. You know, and this thing's about to spiral out of control, man. We about to see some chaotic shit happen next year, man. We about to see it. All right. Let's see. This is Second Esdras. This is Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And a trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." You know, everything's going to be, when this economy collapses, everything's going to collapse. Everything's going to collapse. You know, you're living things that you're used to, you know, pretty much that's what I'm trying to say. You know, your current lifestyle, that's a better word. Your current lifestyle is going to be shaken. You know, no one's going to be living the same way anymore. And, you know, just the things that everybody takes for granted on a daily basis, you know, like the the ability to flush your toilet. You know, everybody takes those things for granted. But imagine if you can't flush your toilet no more. Imagine if the electricity is down, right? Think about these things. Verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. You see, and this era is almost over, man. You know, Esau's played his game for a long time, long enough, and it's time for him to come down to the pits where he belongs. See what I'm saying?
We haven't seen these levels of inflation since the 1970s, and the worsening chaos in our streets is compromising economic activity in many of our largest urban areas. Unfortunately, we cannot say we did not see this coming, particularly because since the beginning of the health crisis, our federal government and the Federal Reserve have printed, they've borrowed, and then they've spent trillions of dollars that we could not afford to spend. Our economy and our financial system have rapidly become worn out by so much liquidity, but we certainly did experience a sugar high for a little while. But now, we're having to deal with the consequences of these measures, and there's plenty of evidence that the economy is slowing down again.
All right. And the thing about this, what's going to make this economic collapse so much worse than the Great Depression, what's going to make this one so much worse is because people are on record highs when it comes to prescription drugs, right? Depression pills. You see what I'm saying? People need these things just to make it through the next couple hours. You see? And on top of that, majority of the people around here, they don't know how to farm. They don't know how to grow anything. You know, they're used to getting stuff from the store. They don't know how to cultivate, cultivate any agriculture. You know, that everyone's so used to electronics. No one can imagine their life without a smartphone. You know, right? Back in those times, you know, people were still, you know, using pretty much less electricity, right? They weren't as reliant on the things that we're relied on, right? People literally lose themselves in social media, you know. So, these things taken out of the way, people are going to lose themselves, right? And that's why the scriptures say, that's why the scriptures say that everyone's going to fight against each other, man, because nobody knows how to even hold conversations. You see, nobody even knows how to do that. Nobody knows how to talk to each other, man. No, all we do is text. All we do is text and things like that. Emojis, right? And this thing's about to spiral out of control, man. It's about to spiral out of control. All right? All right, so I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this was edifying. I want to say, call Elohim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem, HAITIANS. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of a great millstone of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.